all of a sudden I saw you started tweeting about Bitcoin and stuff, and then we got introduced.
Yep.
What's so fascinating about that?
So I think that the intro to crypto was through my fascination with the NFT space and how I saw people all across the world were being awarded this opportunity to advance not only their professional careers, but just economics. Like I could invest in an artist in Uganda. I can invest in an artist in Taiwan who wouldn't have that visibility without this platform, without the connectivity and the everything that you're allowed to utilize through an NFT and the stories that you can tell. And through that research, I Bitcoin and all these, they've always been buzzwords, and I didn't really know a lot about it. And when I tweeted something about NFT, and one of my buddies reached out to me, John Marbach, and he's like, it was like Morpheus reaching out to Neo. he's like, if you want to learn more, like meet me at my apartment at 8:00. I was like, oh shit, like I'm in, like I'm getting invited in. So he invites me to his apartment, Pomp, and
the secret society has accepted you.
It was hilarious. Like I get there, and John's like one of the smarter people I know. Went to college together, has a place in New York. Get to his apartment, and he just starts unloading about how, like, what his involvement in the space is, and the different opportunities that are there. And I'm coming at him hard with these just like the opposition, like, well, what about this? What about that? And he's just like, if you read this, if you read that. He had a answer for every question I had. And then I did my own research.
Shout out John.
Yeah, John was, bro. That's the thing I like about the crypto community, though. It's like people want to educate you on, and like not with misinformation, but just like they want you to understand where they're coming from. Mm-hmm. And they not only understand, but offer any advice. And I can't say that for other investment vehicles, financial institutions that I've participated in the past, that people are so willing to give information.
The other ones don't want you to know. Right? That's how they make money.
Exactly. That's how they make money. So it's like, and just from an economic standpoint, like someone who studied economics, it just made sense. Mm-hmm. There's a fixed supply, the demand's going to go up, so the price has to follow. And we're in a volatile time right now. There's probably going to be more, but like the fundamentals of why I invested haven't changed, mm-hmm. and what I'm using it as hasn't changed. And as long as those things continue to stay finite, then I'm going to continue to put money into it. So
I think it's smart. You got laser eyes on Twitter now.
I got laser eyes.
All right. When you did that, what did Bachelor Nation say about laser eyes? They were like, yo, Matt's lost it.
Oh my gosh. It's funny because like that was like
there is literally nothing that is similar from like driving a Porsche, looking fly, going to be 20 girls that are competing for you, and then putting laser eyes and being like, buy the dip. Like those two worlds are completely different.
Pomp, I'm like, and mind you, at this time, like the Matt that people came to know on the show, like clean shaven, like I haven't shaved since the show.
You look like Nipsey Hussle a little bit.
I appreciate that.
Right?
He's a legend.
Like, that's very good.
Nipsey. Yeah. No, I get that a decent amount.
Really?
Yeah, I get that a decent amount.
I feel like I'm smart then.
I just need the cornrows. Yeah. But so like the pictures that are like they're not hearing from me because I'm not on the show anymore, but like there's like Matt Spot, it's like a Yeti. It's like there's like dude has a beard and he's like leaving Walmart. It's like who is this guy? And then so
when you leave, I'm gonna take a picture and be like, I spotted Matt.
Exactly.
Brickle Miami.
People be like, who is
some
this?
girl. I'm gonna make sure Rachel's face isn't in it.
Oh God, here we go. The media storm around that. But so they're seeing that, and then like the next thing I post is like a picture of me in a tuxedo with laser eyes. So like, all right, this guy's literally lost his mind. Like, what is he possessed by a demon? Like, what does this even mean?
Yeah.
And so, but it's cool because it starts a conversation. It's like, like my laser focus to the moon. Oh, what's that? So it sparks conversation that I want to have around something that I'm interested in, and I'm inviting pushback on so that I can further solidify why I have these strong convictions about this investment and just the community in general. So
the most interesting thing to me is as you kind of evolve your interest, you learn more about crypto, you learn more about hydroponics, whatever. the audience that you have is literally 180 degree difference than mine.
Right.
Mine is like, if you look on like YouTube, it's like 95% male, right? Polina one time saw that, she was like, oh, we gotta get some more females in this audience. I was like, listen, it's just the type of the content really attracts a certain type of person.
Right.
But you have like 95% women,
right,
because of the show and all this stuff.
Exactly.
And so do you feel like there's an opportunity to kind of expose a different audience to different ideas, right? Regardless of what the ideas are, what the exact audience is, it feels almost like your interests are very different than what they normally would kind of consume, right? I'm assuming most of your audience doesn't have laser eyes.
Right.
Almost 100% of my audience has laser eyes, right?
Exactly.
So it's just like such a different kind of, circle of people that you're really introducing a lot of these new ideas to.
Yeah, I think that when you're in a position of influence, that you have a responsibility. And I'm not the chair of the Fed. I'm not controlling.
That's a good thing. No, that's a job that no one can win.
You know what I mean? Like I have very little say on anything outside of my own opinions. And when I find something that I think is going to be something that's going to be here for a while, and something that I want to pass on to the students and the families of the students that I work with, then I think that it's a responsibility to at least make people aware of tools that are out there that they could change the trajectory of their life. And especially with cryptocurrency, I think that we've seen historically communities that have been marginalized and discriminated against can't get loans, they can't buy houses, they can't buy cars. And like those barriers to entry don't exist the way they do with traditional financial institutions, the way they do with crypto. And that was something that was intriguing to me, because if the families that I work with and the kids that we work with have access to these tools now, and something that I only think is going to gain momentum, public onboarding and institutional onboarding going forward, then like it would be an honor for me to be the person that bridges the gap between them, and then replicate that for women who are following me. There's no reason why they shouldn't be a part of this conversation as well. It's conversations that Rachel and I have on a regular basis. She's constantly challenging my thoughts and views on being a Bitcoin maximalist and all other things crypto, so that
Rachel, no shit coins, all right?
And I like it because it helps me come to a better conclusion of why, like what my truths are rooted in, and it helps her understand like, oh, like that makes sense, because everything you're saying should make sense. Like it's not a secret. There's no like theorem or
it's the intellectual almost like combat or battle of ideas, right? Where you come in, you're like, hey, I got this idea. She asks you questions. You're almost in some way educating, but at the same time, you're getting a gut check on, do I actually know what I'm talking about?
Exactly.
Do I really believe this?
Exactly.
Yeah. Polina thinks that Satoshi's a female.
That is a popular take, and I don't think that she's wrong on that.
Really?
I've heard that before, and why
do you think that? And I'll tell you why she thinks it.
I think it because of the rationale that went into the protocol, and I don't think it's something that would have been. I think that men are more greedy, and I think that there would have been some sort of way to maybe hoard the potential. I don't know. I just think that it's too fluid of a system for it to be created by one of us.
So Polina thinks it could be a female because men are too egotistical. Right?
See?
Like somebody would be out there be like, yo, I made that shit. That's me. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I like that. That's so true.
But she's like, no, actually, it takes a special type of person, right? Which from probability standpoint is more likely a woman than a man. I don't know who it is. I don't want to know. But I think it's interesting to think through, like, everyone does assume. The other thing that I learned recently is there's only one time ever Satoshi revealed gender. He was signing up for something. I use him because when he signed up, I forget what it was. It asked for birthday and it asked for gender and selected male. Now, could have been throwing us off, right?
Gotcha.
So you don't know.
Right.
But like that's the only time ever that there was gender involved in a way that Satoshi, kind of said anything about there.
What was the birthday?
I forget exact birthday, but it put him in there like I think mid to late 40s in 2010. So like mid to late 50s today.
Interesting.
All right. So like could be. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't think I want to know.
No, I definitely don't want to know.
Yeah.
There's an element of if you don't know, nobody can say, oh, that's far right or far left, or that's a man, that's a woman, that's a white person, a black person, a green person, that's a American, somebody from another country. Oh, that's a Christian, that's a Muslim, that's a
right.
It's just nothing.
So what
that
would you say
entire
to
conversation
Ethereum then? Like knowing that the protocol.
Yeah, I think that it's just it's not bad if people knew.
Yeah.
All it does is it just removes one other thing that people could attack. Right? There's plenty of people who are like, oh, I don't like Vitalik.
Right.
I don't think Vitalik's done anything that's like worth attacking or being mad at him or not liking him or anything like that. But it's just like because they know who Vitalik is, he tweets something. Everyone freaks out, right? Half the people are like, yes, he's the king, right? Half people are like, he's an idiot,
right.
Like, all right, like, whatever. So like that just adds another level of complexity. So it's not so much like you solve a problem as much as, or that it necessarily matters as much as just it's one less thing for people to attack. And so if everyone's yelling and screaming about Bitcoin and, oh, by the way, the creator of the protocol does something, it just is another kind of attack vector.
Right.
So.